What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little different here. Today we're going to be discussing the NBA trade deadline. The deadline is actually on Thursday the 10th. Today is Wednesday the 9th, so that's tomorrow. But some things have happened in the last 2 to 3 days that I kind of want to discuss and go over. Give you guys my opinion on these trades and ask you guys what your opinion is on these trades. I do realize that we don't post a lot of NBA content on here. This is not an NBA channel. This is just like a video game channel, fun channel, like where we like to do different things. I had started a series for NBA 2K22 where I created my own team. I'm going to be bringing that series back. I just was focused on, I actually got a little sick, and then I was focusing on the road to 80 with Joey A. So I kind of put that on the back burner. But now that the road to 80 is over, we're going to be back to hitting it full force. I do have another NBA 2K22 video coming out as well. It's going to be the Grant Hill career simulation, as that was my brother's favorite player growing up. And I really want to see how his career would pan out if he did not get hurt. All right. Anyways, we're going to go on with these trades. I'm going to discuss them a little bit. I'm going to tell you guys what I think of them, who I think won, and everything like that. And I definitely do want your opinion down below as well. So the first trades first that we're going to go over. We're going to be going over the Sacramento Kings and the Pacers. Sorry, not the Trailblazers, the Pacers. The Kings gave up Halliburton, Hield, and Thompson to get Sabonis, Holiday, Lamb, and a second-round pick from 2023. Okay, so initially when I saw this trade, I'm like, yo, Kings, what are you doing? You're giving up on your boy Halliburton. I think Halliburton personally is going to be one of the better players from that draft. He got drafted later on in the draft, but he has shown a glimpse of what he can be in the future. And I do think this kid has a bright future ahead of him. I just think the Kings didn't know which way they wanted to go. They had a lot of stuff that they could move around. One of them being the power forward / center that expressed that he doesn't really want to be there. Marvin Bagley, his family said, I think his family even came out and said that pretty much the Kings should move him. But, I mean, with the new head coach, things can change for him. But personally, this was your opportunity to get rid of him. And you Pacers probably would have took him if the Pacers are going to try to go for a rebuild. But I don't think the Pacers are going to try to go for a rebuild personally. I mean, they should at this point. You're getting Tyrese Halliburton. You're probably not going to make the playoffs. You're probably going to get a nice, decent draft pick this year. So you're going to have a lot of pieces to build around. For the Pacers, you're getting Halliburton. You're teaming him up with Malcolm Brogdon and Miles Turner. That's a good three right there. Getting rid of Domantas Sabonis allows Turner to play most of the down low by himself without actually sacrificing any gameplay or any play to fit Sabonis' needs. And vice versa. Now that Sabonis is going to the Sacramento Kings, Sabonis can probably flourish even more, score a little bit more points, probably do a little bit more because he's not going to be really sacrificing for Miles Turner. Now, I do know that Miles Turner and Sabonis did like each other. They were homies. They did get along, so they didn't mind sacrificing for each other. But now this allows them, we might be able to see Miles Turner maybe become an all-star if he can. Not 100% sure. I'm not saying he's all-star. He's an all-star type of player, but he possibly can now that he is not sacrificing for Sabonis. But in my opinion, I think the Kings had screwed up on this one royally. Tyrese Halliburton is great in the pick and roll situation, and Domantas Sabonis is really great in a pick and roll situation. You should have kept Halliburton so you could team him up with Sabonis, and you probably should have got rid of De'Aaron Fox. But I do understand you just gave De'Aaron Fox a contract extension, and you probably just don't want to give up on him right away. But you just gave up on a very, very good, young, talented player. As of right now, as the trade sits, the Kings do look like they may have gotten the better of the trade, getting a all-star in Domantas Sabonis. But I think in the long run, as the seasons pan out and the years pan out, you're going to see that the Pacers are actually going to be the ones who won this trade. I personally think that Tyrese Halliburton is going to be an all-star caliber player. I think he's one of the futures of the NBA. He's going to be great going forward. They're also going to probably be in lottery pick this season now, so that potentially gets them to get another young player to pair beside them. Moving on to the next trade, we're going to be going to the Trailblazers sending CJ McCollum to the Pelicans. Now, this is the second trade that the Blazers have made in this last couple days. They made one on February 4th with the Clippers, and then they made one yesterday with the Pelicans. You went and traded C.J. McCollum, Larry Nance Jr., and Tony Snell for Josh Hart, Alexander Walker, Stedoransky, and some no-name guy I really don't care about, and 3 picks, a first-round draft pick that's a 2022 first-round draft pick that's protected, a 26 and 27 second pick, which goes to the better, whatever's the better between the teams. Now, to me, what this says for the Blazers is that we are hitting the reset button. We want to start over. We're going to try to go younger. So they did. They got Stedoransky, they got Hart, and they got Alexander Walker. Don't get me wrong. Hart and Alexander Walker definitely have a little bit potential, but they do not have all-star potential. They're not going to bring the same thing that CJ had brought to the team. So now what does this say for Damien Lillard? In my personal opinion, this might be the end of Dame and the Trailblazers. We know that Dame loved being in Portland. He has said it multiple times. He does not want to go team up with all other All-Stars. He wants to bring the Blazers a championship. He wants to bring them as far as he can. Unfortunately, Dame, I think you're going to have to leave. And I think the Blazers are giving you no choice to leave at this point. They're pretty much saying, hey, we got rid of your running mate and CJ. We got a bunch of young players. You're not going to make it to the playoffs with those players, unfortunately. Dame is not going to be able to put them on his back and carry them. Don't get me wrong. Hey, we can be surprised. You never know. But in my personal opinion, they're not going to bring the same volume as C.J. McCollum. Do I think that C.J. McCollum and Damien Lillard were the best duo for each other? No, not at all. I don't think they really complimented each other that much, in my opinion, but they were great together. CJ obviously was making Dame happy. Dame was staying there. At this point, you're just spitting in Dame's face and saying, hey, we know you want to be here, but we're hitting the reset button. So guess what? You're going to have to just leave or deal with it. At this point, Damian Lillard's either going to request a trade, or we're going to see between today and tomorrow, the Portland could potentially pull a trade out for Dame. Not 100% sure if that would happen, but I see something either happening between today or tomorrow, or the offseason. They might try to get rid of Dame. Pretty much, yeah, you told Dame that it's done. Especially with the other trade, when you got rid of Norman Powell and Robert Covington for Bledsoe, Winslow, and Keon Johnson, and a 25 second round pick via Detroit. So yeah, you pretty much told him, yeah, we're hitting the reset button and we don't care at this point, after he has stressed multiple times that he wants to stay there and he wants to bring you guys a championship. But hey, this is why players do not care anymore. This is why players are just going where they want to go and moving where they want to go. That's why there is no loyalty anymore. You don't have players like Kobe Bryant that's going to stay with his whole team, Dirk Nowitzki who's going to stay, Tim Duncan, because franchises nowadays don't give a shit about their players. They're treating this like a business at the end of the day, which it is a business. Dame was one of those loyal few that would have stayed. And at the end of the day, Trailblazers did what they have to do, but they're just like really showing their true colors here, that there's no loyalty between franchise and players, and this is why players will show no loyalty to franchises anymore. So, there's going to be a big change, in my opinion, in the NBA, where you're going to be seeing players just don't give a shit anymore. They don't care about loyalty. They're going to leave when they want to leave. I mean, it happened to the Cavaliers years ago, and I believe LeBron's rookie year, second year, Drew Gooden was supposed to re-sign with them, and then he said, peace out, and went somewhere else for the money. So you're going to probably start seeing more of that. I wouldn't be surprised if you see players just leaving when they want to leave now. All right, on to the next trade. Karis Leverk from the Pacers going to the Cavaliers. All right. Now, for this trade, I really like this trade for the Cavaliers. And the reasoning why I really like this trade for the Cavaliers is the Cavaliers are a big surprise this season. They are doing really good behind their rookie. Their young core is doing very decent and meshing really well together. And adding Karis Leverk into the mix, now you're adding yourself another person that's a proven scorer. He's been playing decent this season. Now you're adding him into the mix, and this is going to potentially push you guys more into a playoff contention team since LeBron left. I mean, God, this team has built themselves really, really nice and very surprising. Again, this for the Pacers. I think it's a lose for the Pacers. I don't really think the Pacers needed Ricky Rubio, having Malcolm Brogdon, and now you just acquired Tyrese Halliburton. I don't see where Ricky Rubio's going to play. So this could be something like, oh, yeah, we're going to just, when Ricky Rubio's contract's up, we're just going to let him walk, and that's that. And we're going to be freeing up some cap space. Again, for Pacers, this is going to open up stuff for Miles Turner to actually really shine a little bit more and open up for the rest of the players to really shine. That now Sabonis is gone. Karis LeVert, he really didn't even get to play there too long. And you guys pretty much gave up on him. But, so, in my opinion, Cavaliers won this trade. Let me see if there's any other trades that we want to discuss here real quick. And the rest of the trades are from Older. So we're just going to focus on these trades here. So going back, in the long run, like I said, in the long run, I think the Pacers are going to win the Sacramento Kings in the Pacer trade between them. Short run, Kings are obviously going to win that one. They might push to a 10, to the play-in, maybe an 8th seed into the playoffs. I think this is going to help the Pacers in the long run. Pacers getting rid of Karis LeVert definitely opens up more a starting position for Tyrese Halliburton. So, that could have been the reason why they really got rid of him. But now it's like you're going to bring Ricky Rubio off the bench. Great bench player, but, they're going to push themselves into not contending. So, they're going to have a nice draft pick. So I think the Pacers, in the long run, they're going to win both of these trades, but in the short run, they actually lost both of them. For the other trade, for the Pelicans and the Blazers, again, Pelicans won this trade. You're going to get CJ McCollum. You're going to put him beside Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson, and that's going to be a nice, decent squad. I don't think CJ McCollum is going to actually push you guys over the hump to become, a championship contending team. But he's definitely going to help you guys get to the playoffs and definitely make you guys better. Who do I think won out of these trades? I'm going to say the Pelicans won. The Blazers would. This really sets the Blazers back because, and the reasoning why they lose this is because you're probably going to lose Damien Lillard now. Damien Lillard is probably going to walk when he can, or he's going to request a trade. So, yes, I do think the Pelicans won this trade, but we never know. This could be something from losing Dame, getting some of these younger players, some of these draft picks might help them out, get something in the draft in the future that will make them a contender again. But I honestly think that doing this trade, you're going to really lose Damian Lillard, and that's going to hurt the franchise. You're going to pretty much piss off a lot of fans. Damian Lillard is probably pissed off right now himself. For the Cavaliers in the Pacer trade, the Cavs won this one. There's no doubt about it. Getting Karis LeVert, great player, to put along their other great young players, is going to allow them to grow together. And it might push them into contention, into playoff contention this year. Maybe allow them to get a little bit further now. And I think that's really about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to call it a video here right now. And I will update you guys with any trades that happen between today and tomorrow. Like I said, that tomorrow is the trade deadline, so we do still have 1 day, couple hours, and hours in between to see if anything happens. So if something does big happen, I will definitely come right back. We will discuss that, and I will give you guys my opinion. I will definitely stay up to date all day today on what's going on in the trade market. There is a lot of rumors swirling around, a lot of players. Can Russell Westbrook be moved today? I really do hope the Lakers move him. That was a bad move, honestly. I really believe we should have gotten Buddy Hield instead of Westbrook, I mean, at first, I was I was like, oh yeah, we got Westbrook, triple double, man. This is gonna be decent. Maybe LeBron and AD can make it work. Maybe he won't turn over the ball so much. Maybe he won't play with that mentality anymore because he's playing with a LeBron James and an Anthony Davis, and he doesn't really have to try to carry the weight. But Westbrook has been a failure in Los Angeles, unfortunately. So let's get rid of him. I hope we do, but I don't think any team's going to really bite on him now. Anyways, I'll keep you guys up to date. We'll be back later tonight if anything does happen. If not, I will see you guys on an NBA 2K22 video for you basketball fans, for you guys that follow us for our fightings. I'll see you guys over there. All right, everyone, please hit that like button if you liked what we discussed today. Subscribe to the channel, please. It always does help. Hit that notification bell so you always stay up to date when I drop new content. Till next time, everyone, peace out.